Hola a todos, bienvenidos. Hoy vamos a hacer la toma 2 del episodio anterior en el que vamos a intentar no morir miserablemente a ser posible. Así que lo primero que voy a hacer es... si... Uy, no me digas que no puedo. No puedo bajar. Ah, bueno, pero abajo donde dejaba entrar aquí creo que sí... Creo que sí podía salir fuera. Lo primero que voy a hacer es comprar curitas. Y voy a gastar algún puntito de esos que tengo. Lo que no sé es a qué lo tengo que subir. ¿A umbral de dolor? El cristal está cubierto de mugre y polvo. ¿Y aquí qué había? Apostar. ¿Qué llevo aquí? Roto portátil, no me... Me va a ser más útil la linterna. Vale, vamos a ver todas estas cositas de aquí, que ya las habíamos leído en un capítulo anterior. No podemos correr. Tenemos que ir despacio y con calma. Vamos a abrirle la puerta aquí y a ver si puedo salir por aquí.
Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been...
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get this door open.
Empujar las placas. Good.
It's much easier from...
Vale.
Yes.
¿Estás
Time
listo?
to investigate these passages.
Venga.
Let's move quietly and not make more sound.
Ok.
Not run.
Vale, no vamos a correr, no te preocupes. Ahora que esto está abierto me puedo ir de aquí, ¿no? Necesito ir a comprar cositas de curarme antes de volver y no morir miserablemente como antes. Y si no... A ver... Resistencia podría subirle, ¿no? Umbral... Realmente la prueba era de umbral del dolor, ¿verdad? Claro, es que tengo uno. Bueno, vamos a ir primero a... rápidamente a Fritz y vamos a ver si tiene. Yo creo que era en Fritz donde se compraban las... Es que no me acuerdo cómo se llamaban. ¿No sepa? ¿Una sopa? Bueno, no sé, el medicamento este para curarse. Porque me da a mí que me va a hacer falta. Así que vamos. A lo mejor pongo esto en cámara rápida. Para no tirarme aquí 5 minutos solo corriendo. Bueno, a ver, tampoco está tan lejos, ¿no? Pero... Venga, dale. Que llegas. Venga. A todo esto me he ido a hablar con la del barco para informarle de mis avances. No sé si es necesario, a lo mejor después de hablar con... Rosas amarillas en la ventana. Estas son distintas a las que dejaron a clase en la azotea. A lo mejor no es necesario, creo que era aquí, ¿no?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays.
Okay,
Uno,
here. Okay,
dos,
here. Okay, here.
tres. Tengo
I
cuatro
hope Saint
o
Baptiste.
cinco.
Okay, here. I hope
¿Esto qué me
Saint
da?
Baptiste
Ah,
makes you feel better or
mira.
something.
Puedo haber comprado de este.
Okay,
Uno.
here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or
Esto me da
something.
moral tengo. Vale.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk in.
Vale, ya que estamos, vaciamos las botellas y volvemos, venga. Vamos allá. Round 2. Es que qué desastre, o sea, en esta partida empecé mal. Bueno, no era en esta partida, creo que era en la anterior. Pero vamos, la primera vez que jugué empecé mal porque me moría a los, no sé, 5 minutos de juego. No me acuerdo. Había sido con el ventilador al intentar coger el ventilador de la habitación, al intentar coger la corbata. Y ahí me quedé en el sitio. Y ahora me vuelvo me vuelvo a morir al final del juego. En fin. Cosas que pasan, ¿no? Uy, no sé si estoy viendo más. Es que me estaba liando ya de camino. Por aquí, por aquí. Uy, ahora no me acuerdo exactamente dónde está. Ah, no, es por aquí abajo, ¿no? Sí, ¿no? Vale. Iba a decir que no me acordaba ya. Aquí está. Vale, venga. Voy a guardar y sí le voy a subir porque tengo un montón de puntos sin usar. Y le puedo subir, mira, hasta 2 o 3. Venga, umbral del dolor 4. Y si veo que no, aún no puedo subir más. Pero vamos, eso hay que pasarlo, o sea, no me puedo morir ahí. No puede ser. No puede ser. Oye, no corras, no corras, no corras. ¿Qué es? Hay que ir despacio. Sigilosamente. Carro lleno de carpetas antiguas. Creo que no había nada que recoger por aquí, ¿no? A ver. Vale, vamos a entrar aquí. Otra vez. Huele a rancio.
A mustachioed and mutton years worth.
Yes. Looks like some latter-day relic, half a century. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. We have found a lot of those lately.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Millions of depictions of Mazov. You mean like
Vale. Esto lo estoy pasando así porque lo hemos visto en el episodio anterior. Os dejaré el enlace por aquí por si queréis verlo con más detalle. Pero si no habéis visto el episodio anterior y lo queréis ver con más detalle, ¿qué me da esto? Os digo, no me hace bien. Vamos a lanzar despacito. A ver qué hay por aquí. Es una manipulación. Que haya tantas cosas por aquí. No sé. Me escama. Es como... No sé, yo pensé que esto ya se iba a ir acabando, pero... Tiene toda la pinta que todavía queda... juego, ¿no? O no tiene por qué. Vamos. Ruby yo creo que era... por aquí a la izquierda, ¿no? Pero vamos a ver por aquí a la derecha. Quizás no. Era ahí, era por ahí arriba. Entonces voy a ver esto antes de que tal. Hay algo en el aire, un zumbido antinatural. Sí, es ella que está jugando con... Un túnel se ha derrumbado, tendrás que encontrar otro camino. Está jugando con las ondas raras estas. Despacio, despacio. El zumbido se está haciendo más fuerte. Sí, pero tienes que aguantar, por favor. Harry, no puedo.
Here it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
¿Te mientes? ¿Sientes algo?
No. What do you mean?
Un dolor, un extraño hormigueo.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there. And I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Espera, ¿de verdad no sientes nada?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
Es verdad.
It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous.
Looks like our suspect. Once we detain a credible suspect,
You will upset the balance of power, Immortal. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation.
you mean more...
If it gets that tense,
Well, we are...
If you can't,
You're right.
in this case, we can't
I think I see a cavern.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Venga, guardamos. Por favor, no te mueras ahora. Por favor. Esto no sé si lo había visto antes. ¿Dinero? Más dinero. Centimillos. Tubo de hormigón enterrado en polvo y arena. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¡Qué raro! ¡Qué raro lo que! Ahí está, ahí está.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
¿Taparte los oídos?
No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
Kim, ¿cómo vas tú? ¿Aguantas?
Don't focus on
Por
the
favor, no
pain.
te me mueras tú.
Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
¡Quedas detenida!
Really now? Check this out.
¡Ups! No debería haber hecho eso.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
Madre mía, esto no puede acabar bien. ¿Vas a matarme a mí también?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the ULAN frequency, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Vi tus ecuaciones, esto es la frecuencia ULAN.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
Sounds like she knew someone who used to man one of those stations, but she won't tell you about her. Boy, you're one empathetic police officer to have guessed even that right now.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
¿Cómo le echaste el guante a algo así?
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
¿Lo has experimentado en tus carnes?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
¿Me quedaré así para siempre?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Y no me puedo mover y apagar el coso. Todo esto está muy bien, pero hablemos del hombre asesinado.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Por favor, ¿podrías bajarlo para que me pueda preguntarte algo?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Ay,
Damn this.
pobre Kim.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Sale de las sombras a regañadientes. El dolor disminuye.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
O sea que a lo mejor con un par de cositos estos de curar no me hubiera muerto en el anterior episodio, ¿no? Bueno, de momento, que todavía no hemos salido de aquí.
Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Ok.
There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
¿Cómo sabías que veníamos?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
¿Escondiendo balas debajo de tablones?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
Por cierto, no te delató Isabel, la lavandera.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
¿Preparándote para lo peor?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit. It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today.
¿Disparaste a Lely?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching. Though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
Cuando amenacé con arrestar a Claudia se vino abajo, me lo contó todo.
Oh. Well, I guess I always knew she was a survivor above all else. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Tus propios chicos nos dijeron que estabas en la costa.
My boys?
Vale, llámalos los chicos de Hardy entonces.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. But this is what happens to people whom people like.
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Espera, ¿no fuiste tú quien me llamó a abrir a su mano? No es nada personal, sí que los abrí.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them a little.
No sé cómo lo hago, estoy por pura potra. A decir verdad, no sé cómo lo hago, estoy aquí por pura potra. ¿Podrías por favor explicarme toda esta mierda?
What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
¿Dirías que Lenny era una persona agradable?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
¿No hay nada más personal que tuvieras contra él? Quizás su manera de relacionarse con las mujeres.
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me. And definitely not a reason to off someone.
¿Te sentías como la protectora del sindicato?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate him, okay?
¿No sientes simpatía por los mercenarios? Es un trabajo duro.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
También, ¿verdad? Tengo otras preguntas.
I'm listening.
¿Tienes coartada para cuando dispararon a Lely?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
No cuadraron media hora que
Like
desapareciste.
fuck I did. I was in all the time. I went for a leak, 10-15 minutes max.
Nuestra investigación ha demostrado que 15 minutos fue tiempo más que suficiente para cometer el asesinato.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
¿Juegas mucho al pinball?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardenne. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
Hay algunas máquinas de pinball en unas habitaciones bastante misteriosas en el grilling.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
Espera, ¿qué clase de misterios te interesan entonces?
Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking.
She looks you in the eye impassively, making it clear that she's not planning to comment on the matter any further.
¿Qué de los ascensores? ¿Te gustan los ascensores?
The fuck do elevators have to do with anything?
¿Sí o no?
Not particularly.
¿Por qué no?
Why are you so hung up on elevators?
That's a pretty good question, actually. She clearly doesn't know anything about the secret
O sea,
passage.
que no fue esta, o me está engañando. Haces el gesto de echarte las manos a la cabeza, ni siquiera los destartalados y pintorescos.
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God damn it!
Ya aquí,
So
no sé, no te
you know
mueras,
she's
por
not
favor,
an
¿eh?
antiques enthusiast. Not my jurisdiction, man. But it also doesn't sound like she used that secret route at all.
Hay un camino secreto desde la planta baja del grilling hasta la azotea.
Don't know it, but also, the shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
Tienes un arma.
And
¿De dónde la has sacado?
the gun store,
¿Qué tienda de armas?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
¿En serio? Jack Gatillo.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
¿Tienes alguna otra arma?
Sure don't.
The breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
No lo veo bien. ¿Qué clase de arma es?
A Noctway 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
Sé que no te gustan las cosas antiguas, pero ¿vendes rifles viejos escondidos?
Never really got into weapons trafficking. Especially not old weapons. They break too often, and you don't want unhappy customers among gun collectors. Yeah, evidence.
Te gustaba Clash mucho.
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
¿Pero quería ser algo más que amigo?
Oh, so that's where you were going with this.
Dijo que quería subir con ella.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts we didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
Claudia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here.
Espera. Clase dijo que solo os besasteis.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off to later.
Seriously, just move on.
Pues la verdad... Bueno, no. Entonces, ¿qué pasó?
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on.
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
¿Eres psicosexual?
What the hell, man? Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse.
¿Te consideras una mirón?
Wow. Kissing, pinball, and now peeping. I'm just not following your insinuations, detective.
Hay un agujero en la pared que da a la habitación de clase. No te echaría nada en cara por haber echado una ojeadita.
If I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. Or, worst case scenario, look at a naughty photo. Who has time to go skulking about the whirling, drilling holes in walls?
¿Así que no has estado espiando a clase?
Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. That je ne sais quoi that makes it impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. But travel enough and you realize, for the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable.
Clase dijo que te enfadaste mucho cuando empezó a coquetear con Lely, que la amenazaste.
Yeah. One time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
¿Y a pesar de todo le ayudaste con el linchamiento?
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer. Go ahead. It's your body.
Ay, por favor, Kim.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
¿Dejaste flores para clase en la azotea?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
No eran solo flores, eran símbolos de la revolución.
So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
Was that pity? For you? She sees you're grasping for straws here.
Vale, entonces no fuiste tú quien... Bueno, voy a decirle esto. Clase estaba de duelo.
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too. No, I did not.
Traficas con drogas.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her.
No, no fue cosa suya, me colé por mi cuenta.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
Eres una criminal, no puedo confiar en nada de lo que digas.
That's your prerogative.
Tenías un incentivo económico para matar al mercenario.
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
You good?
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Pero si nos estabas amenazando con ella.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
¿Te gusta echar el rato a sus
Who
dedos?
doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Es la única razón por la que estabas allí.
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
¿Qué tiene de genial esa antena?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies.
Ok.
That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Uy. Entonces, ¿afirmas no haber disparado al mercenario?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar. Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Pero no nos vamos a morir, ¿no? Es que me preocupa un montón, Kim, pobrecillo. Si tú no mataste al mercenario, ¿quién fue?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claudia's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
El domingo por la noche, ¿qué pasó? Cuéntame tu versión.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Claudia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Espera, ¿te dio la impresión de que fuera colocado?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
Casi dijo que subiste inmediatamente que había pasado algo.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Classy dijo que parecía que ya tenías un plan preparado cuando llegaste a la habitación.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
¿Dices que fue idea suya?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
Claudia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
No es normal que estuviese tan tranquila.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
¿Crees que fue ella quien mató a Lady?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Si no lo mataste, ¿por qué te escondes?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn la puta madre agent.
¿A qué te refieres con agente de eso?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon.
¿En
His
serio?
human can opener.
What?
Oh, fucking hell. Me.
Pobre Kim.
Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
¿Quién es todo el mundo? ¿Cómo lo sabes?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Dime, ¿cómo me llamo? Si sabes eso de mí, debes saber cómo me llamo.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to la puta madre.
¿En serio?
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time.
Eso explicaría muchas cosas.
All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
He oído hablar de él, es peligroso, ¿verdad?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm
Ninguna.
guessing both.
Es una pregunta de verdad.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure la puta madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
De todos modos, ¿qué le hiciste a ese tal madre?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Wait, one thing, possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
Cuando llegué a la ciudad, ¿había alguien más conmigo?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
¿Quién estaba en el escuadrón?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
¿Qué más me puedes decir?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Minot. We could either take a room here in the whirling or go home for today. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstein. He can give us a ride.
Creo que los conozco, están en Martínez.
Correction. Lock. Set.
Don't leave me here. Please delete.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me.
¿Sabes algo sobre el búnker de aquí al lado?
What bunker?
El escondite comunista que hay ahí
Don't
atrás.
know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Su voz se pierde en el ruido blanco de tu cabeza. Sientes como si un aneurisma te acechara.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
Ostras, pues lo de herramienta equipada ha sido pura casualidad. Presionado durante la charla y momento de claridad pasajera. Vamos a ver qué pasa. No, dime que la destroza, dime que está superado. Por favor, dime que no te vas a morir por el camino. No te mueras, vamos Harry, tú puedes. Un poquito más.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
¿Estás bien, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
No, 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 no. Quieta, quieta, quieta. ¿Qué estás haciendo?
Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes, it is.
58%. Boom.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Esto no va a acabar bien.
Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now.
No merece morir así.
No, wait. Finally, it comes to you. A way to connect with her.
Entiendo tu dolor. A mí también me ha decepcionado una mujer. Oh no.
She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Oh Dios.
Fuck!
Get a hold of yourself. He needs your support now, too.
Oh, se ha suicidado. No he podido disuadirla.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me. You can't let this break you.
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares.
¿Qué acabamos de hacer?
Our job. It went really bad, and now we need to clean it up.
She died. How can he be so cold?
Es culpa nuestra.
We are cops. Everything is our fault if we let it be.
Vale, vale. ¿Y ahora qué?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
Oh. Ole. Seguro que podíamos haberla salvado. El largo oscura se pierde en la distancia, no hay salida. Utensilios de cocina. Se ha preparado unas gachas con plátano. Por aquí no podemos ir más. Creo que no. Oh.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She was used to camping out.
Mirar dentro.
You see a rolled-up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
Vale, traigámosla.
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines. Magazines? You should look through them.
Alumbrar los libros y revistas con la linterna.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
Un cuaderno.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal. She watches by, motionless.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
Pues sí, deberíamos. Queda chafada, con...
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Examinar la portada.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller.
Schneller.
Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She had good taste and must have taken what she recorded here seriously.
Desenrollar la correa.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Estudiar la escritura.
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Pasar las páginas.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
¿Qué tipo de logística?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism.
¿De qué son los diagramas?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
¿Algo personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them.
¿Hasta dónde llegan las entradas?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
¿Qué escribió el día que murió Lely?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying a previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense?
¿Algo sobre la madre?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre? M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
Pues lee la del 9.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Things played out just as she had feared, except you didn't shoot her.
Ese no sé yo no haría algo así.
Maybe it's the old you, or maybe she was just paranoid. No, not even the old you. No you would do that.
Lees la entrada del 12 de marzo.
Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me, did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
¿Cuál es la entrada más reciente?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It
Yo
looks like she
tampoco.
might have been framed.
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one. Don't get emotional.
Así que murió para nada.
She was in plenty of trouble. even without the murder charge. Still, it's a nasty business.
¿Crees que de verdad soy un agente de la nave?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting. His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it.
¿Y entonces quién es M? ¿Quién crees que mató al mercenario?
Classio was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or
Pero nadie escuchó el disparo.
maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on her.
Si es que no se ha escapado ya.
One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Correcto. Procedamos, vámonos ya. Corriendo, corriendo, corriendo. Y esta la vamos a dejar ahí, no vamos a... Bueno, voy a parar en el coche a ver si podemos llamar a la comisaría para avisar de lo que ha pasado. ¿Dónde está la salida? Por aquí. Aquí, por aquí, por aquí. ¡Ay, qué mal! Si no hubiera fallado ahí, a lo mejor aún estaba viva. ¿Qué pasa ahí? Hay un puntito.
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Podría intentar
Not
entrar
this
yo.
time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points. And dangerous. Dangerous too.
Ok. Volvamos entonces. Por aquí, por aquí. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Sigo pensando que este juego necesita un viaje rápido. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa?
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger.
¿Qué pasa?
What you have isn't enough. You'll need more firepower. A ranged weapon. Snowflakes stick to your pry bar. Or crowbar. Or pry bar. Call it what you will. It doesn't stand a chance against military-grade weaponry.
¿Qué debería hacer?
Be prepared. Wield Ruby's double-barreled pistol.
¿Pero por qué?
What a shitty gun. But it's better than nothing.
No me siento preparado para lo que nos espera.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
¿Pero por qué pensamos que nos hace falta un arma? Así de repente. Me está dando miedo. Miedo. ¿Tiroteo? ¿Aquí un Martínez?
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the
Ooh.
fucking reckoning. Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right? Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm.
Kim, ¿de qué va esto?
Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
Peaceful.
¿Quién es este? Suena como si la figura acorazada estuviera sollozando.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
El grandote es el mercenario de las puertas, el líder es Quirol.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
¿Qué hacemos?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
Buen plan. Se nos acaba el tiempo,
The Mercenary Tribunal.
¡Alto, policía!
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Se relame los labios a la par que sacude el arma hacia la multitud. De pronto pierde el equilibrio y trastabilla hacia atrás.
I think he's calmed down a bit.
Pig fuck!
Son las únicas palabras que logras entender. No parece tranquilo. Tranquilidad, nadie tiene por qué morir aquí hoy.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, your fingers holding the grip of a gun that has just taken a life tingle. Go for it, it seems to say. No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Just soften him up first. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. Get under his skin. I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he gets under yours? I'm barely keeping your hand from trembling here. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please.
¿Quién es ese? No sabía que fuerais tres.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer, Howen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
All of you cunts inside out.
¿El asesino?
The gunner. The raddest. The killer.
Señala la figura completamente cubierta con armadura de placas cerámicas.
What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen Clerven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21.
¿Contar las figuras?
About 50 little stick figures. All of them black, plus 2 little white ones in the end. These men served in Seminai, the native islanders. The 2 little white figures in the end are from when they moved to Revachol. They're recent.
¿Matar negros casi exclusivamente?
That's right. Plenty of kips here in Revachol, too.
T, let's fucking do it.
Easy. Easy now.
Escúchame, ¿no fueron ellos?
Yeah? Who did that?
Fue otra persona que no está
How
presente.
fucking convenient.
Jaja. En realidad está aquí. Fue uno de vosotros.
One of us? You saying we? What if I just shot one of your pals here right now? Huh? How about the kid? Go ahead. Tell me we fucking killed our own colonel one more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
Piensa, piensa, ¿por qué no me cree?
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud, in a public place.
Escucha, alguien le disparó, no murió ahorcado, hazme caso.
You're lying. DePaul heard it.
¿Ah,
You heard
sí?
wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
El ahorcamiento era solo una tapadera, escucha.
Fucking
¡Oh!
liars.
¿Ha disparado a alguien?
The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window behind her.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night.
That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
Vamos por aquí. Manipulación.
Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
¿Quién eres, Corty?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click softly. Click, click, click. The realization comes to you like a picture puzzle coming together. His name is Raoul Cortiner. The dead man's name is Elise Cortiner.
Eso está tan
He's
cambiado.
brothers with the deceased. No, probably foster brothers. Elise was put into a foster home, remember?
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death by lead.
Sus padres lo dejaron en una compactadora de hojas.
Who? Laylee.
Sí, cuando solo era un bebé.
We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records. That was in there. And other things.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor, and now these cunts finished the job.
There's real anguish in his voice. A drunken sadness suddenly engulfs him. Memories.
It's a mind fuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to fuck with us. Major, permission to.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
Tu coronel tenía los ojos azules, ¿no?
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths.
Cortenaer, ese nombre me suena. Da tumbos de izquierda a derecha mientras te examina. Raúl, y eres... Cortenaer. Siento lo de tu hermano, Raúl.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same sick fuck.
Y luego fuisteis a la misma academia militar, a la misma unidad, a la misma guerra.
Same fucking mud hut town, too.
Mira a su alrededor y se limpia la cara con su guante blindado.
Okay, good.
Lo de Banaital del 41 pasó de verdad, ¿no?
Our colonel did what he had to do. It was either one cunt or 100 of them. Rude here.
In your shit pipes right in the fucking...
He likes to fire mortars at random coordinates. Wipe out mud huts like that. When he gets bored, Laley knew how to command.
He was a good commander. I can see you miss him.
Oh yeah, he would have commanded this fuckhell way better than I did. But that didn't happen, because Hayseed, Bill, and Kipty the Kipt here fucking murdered him. Had him stink the village up for 2 weeks after. And you fucks did nothing.
Listen, man. We told you we...
Told us what? What did you say? Who said that? Tattoo fuck. You'll die first.
Mira, Tulele y todo el mundo hablaba bien de él, era un parlanchín.
Fuck do you mean? Talker.
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kip-tass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be. If Laley was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, clay monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
Tu hermano no se merecía acabar así. Encontraré al asesino, te lo prometo.
Find his killer. Cop, his killer, stands right there, shitting his pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting them. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here. Today.
No, no, no.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Es que no lo quiero disparar. Estáis borrachos.
Yes. So what?
Pues nubles juicios, arrepentiréis de esto.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
¿Dónde está Classy? Ella puede explicarlo todo.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Oh, me lo temía.
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
Carte, ¿qué haces ahí?
What am I doing? My fucking establishment is under fire! You know how much windows cost?
¿Cómo que se ha alargado?
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
We should have arrested her.
Ya. Lo siento.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
She's gone. Forget about it now. Concentrate on this.
La representante de Wild Pines no aprobaría esto.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
He isn't just boasting. He really doesn't care. Back out of this now, or it'll get bad.
Vale, déjame decir
Fucking
otra
waste
cosa.
this fuck!
Vamos, no me falles, retórica, por favor.
All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Crano would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick.
Crenel no te da derecho a celebrar ningún tribunal.
Pops! You have no idea about the rights Crenel extends to us.
Me traes sin cuidado, no son para matar civiles ni las autoridades de la ley locales.
If I fuck and kill you, hang you to that streetlight by your shit pipes, then that's called a necessary display of force. No one's going to give a shit about dead loincloths. That's reality.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something.
Es que no quiero dispararle, o sea, todo esto era para llegar a este momento. Vamos, es que si me quedo quieto está claro que vamos a morir todos aquí. Es que además voy a fallar seguro. No quiero mirar, no quiero mirar. Uy.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion.
Mirar a través del humo que sale del cañón.
The smoke drifts west with the wind. You hear the plaza erupt in violence, slow, like a waterfall in reverse.
Mirar a Cordener. Hay un agujero en su mejilla. La sangre mana mientras trastabilla hacia atrás con los ojos llenos de rabia e incredulidad, balbuceando, murmurando algo ininteligible.
His lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly.
Nada, esto ni nada. Kim, ¿dónde está Kim?
From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim it at Rude. He's trying to find a straight line of sight before the rifleman can take you out. In the background, the leader staggers.
Parpadea, piensa.
You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eyes in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens, focusing on you. God, you're so frail. Too frail to think further. Time is running out.
No me lo puedo creer. ¿Puedo subir aquí algo? Bueno, estamos en 50-50, bueno.
You leap left.
No me puedo creer la suerte que estoy
passes mere
teniendo.
millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks.
Brincas hacia la izquierda, un enjambre de plomo cabreado pasa a escasos milímetros de tu costado y rasga la tela de tu abrigo. Lo notas como la más ligera de las brisas. ¡Deja de dispararme!
The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing smoke for the next shot. Watch out. To your left. DePaul is about to take a shot too. At Kim.
No.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. He has to. The rifleman will fire at you again. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant,
¿Quién ha
but
gritado?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers.
Oh God, watch out!
You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger.
Míralo a los ojos.
The look of vengeance, framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing he'll do on Earth. But he will do it. He is your end.
No.
Here it comes. Death.
No, pero ¿por qué? Bueno, pues hasta aquí.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
Escuchar a través de la oscuridad y del dolor.
The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby gunfire shatters glass.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
¿Qué veo?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
De entre ellas emerge una silueta de cuclillas junto a ti. Distingues una voz familiar llena de urgencias y de miedo. Por supuesto, me disparan y la palma es lamentable.
Yes, keep talking. Stay awake. Look at me.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And the cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone. When suddenly, you sense something behind him. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands.
Salva King, salva King.
Scream immediately. He's gonna die.
No, Kim.
No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him. You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
¿Ahora seré un fantasma?
Brother, you already were a ghost. Up there screaming along with all of them, scaring each other. It's the living who are ghosts. The dead are silent. They don't rattle windows or write letters in blood. The living do. Leave them behind. Rest.
No, déjame volver a la pelea.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours. Hurting. Moaning in his sleep. And rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of drugs. And feeling saliva in his mouth. Drifting in painkillers. Thrashing. In his wound sleep.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it. Again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Caprice Kinema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
¿Quién?
Sunrise, Parabellum.
¿Nos hemos muerto? No me lo puedo creer. Está en mitad de una habitación recién limpiada, con el ventilador girando sobre su cabeza como un halo. Su cara está cubierta de moretones. ¿Qué has dicho del amanecer?
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
¿La guerra es hoy?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Ay.
That's right. Ouch, indeed.
¿Qué pasó?
What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued.
¿Está muerto?
Yes.
A blood-stained killer.
Soy un asesino.
You're an officer of the RCM.
Continúa sin esperar una respuesta.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged.
¿Y luego qué?
I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name.
Eugene?
Yes, he's still alive too. You were bleeding out. You said something, I don't know what. And you warned me. I was able to disarm Officer DePaul before she got the jump on me.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened.
El teniente saca un cigarrillo del bolsillo de su cazadora y lo enciende. El olor amargo inunda la habitación. ¿Y están todos muertos los 3 contratistas?
The Pole was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Connell for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate.
¿Por qué?
Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know.
¿Cuántas bajas del lado del sindicato en total?
4. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, and Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets.
Ah, creía que solo fumabas uno al día.
This is the one.
Así que tú también mataste.
He nods.
Y eso es...
All.
Menuda mierda, Kim.
Yes, officer. 6 people are dead. It's not a success.
+1. Ruby.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those 2 armies.
La habitación está limpia.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevo fuera de combate?
2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
Ouch.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
Dramamine. Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under-the-counter bad.
¿Cómo de mal estoy?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome.
¿Puedo caminar?
We will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-locomotor.
¿Cómo? ¿Psicolocomotora? Soy un psicolocomotor.
Good. You'll need to be. Whatever that is.
¿Ha venido a verme alguien a mi comisaría? No. Okay.
The man and the woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says.
Ah, parece que no les importó demasiado.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
Extraño, no has visto ninguno, ¿verdad?
I'm sure they're worried about you.
Si no han sido los de comisaría, entonces, ¿quién me ha tratado?
I did.
Gracias.
No need.
¿Estás herido?
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me.
Ok. Levantémonos. ¿Puedes? ¿Cómo era? ¿Psicolocomotora?
Easy now.
El teniente se desdobla entre tus ojos. Matices anaranjados de dolor.
How are you?
The lieutenant looks at you, teetering on your feet.
¿Y ahora qué, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
Ah, ¿no lo sabes?
We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
¿Joyce ha ido?
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines. Or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
¿Quién lo hizo entonces? Oh, espera, ¿lo has comprobado? Puede que en realidad...
Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up.
¿Quién lo hizo entonces? ¿Quién mató al ahorcado?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
el agujero en la... Ay, pared. Alguien estuvo observando por
I
él.
don't know. That's been there for years.
Las malditas huellas.
Yes. God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
Una bala antigua de un Belma grave 4.46. ¿Cómo de difíciles de encontrar son?
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
Están todos esos viejos búnkeres y depósitos de armas de la era revolucionaria, ni más ni menos.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
Me niego a creer que sean inútiles.
No need to be melodramatic.
Las convalarias, Kim, las flores.
What?
Arrancar la flor seca y mostrársela mientras se deshace en pedazos. Esto, ¿te acuerdas?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
Síndrome de Diógenes.
He's wrong.
No, Kim, cada fragmento de basura en esta ciudad está conectado con el caso.
Okay.
Está claro que no sé qué quiere decir. Soy un peón de la madre, ¿no?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case.
That does make some sense.
¿Sabes lo que pienso sobre esto de resolver crímenes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
A ver, me gustaría
I'm
hablar
listening.
más. No. Vale.
I'm ready to hear what you think about solving crimes now.
Pues es... difícil.
It really is very hard.
He sounds surprisingly weary. That concussion must be making him dizzy.
Aún no estás preparado para darte por vencido, ¿verdad?
No. Are you ready to limp?
I'm ready.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
Ballistics. In Clausia's room. Do it properly. Also, it's just close enough to endure the walk.
Deberíamos registrar la habitación de la señorita Katarzyna a la silla en el piso de arriba.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
¡Fiu! Bueno, hemos sobrevivido, pero vamos, esto ha sido un desastre monumental. Voy a grabar. Y aquí lo vamos a dejar por hoy. Nada, en el próximo capítulo a ver qué sacamos en limpio de esto, porque... casi volvemos a la casilla de salida, ¿eh? Qué desastre. Bueno, pues nada, como siempre os digo, hasta aquí el episodio de hoy. Si os está gustando esta serie, por favor no olvidéis dejarle un like al vídeo. También podéis suscribiros al canal si no lo habéis hecho, activar la campanita para que os avise cuando suba nuevos vídeos. Y nos vemos muy pronto en el próximo. Muchísimas gracias.